Hi everybody. I'm sorry I had to go get something to eat. Okay. So I'm gonna try to encapsulate the fashion show in one video. Um, okay, be forewarned, it might be 7 to 8 minutes. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible. Um, all right. So here's my thoughts on the fashion show. First of all, I liked it. There were 20 fashions, so you kind of assume 10 were made by one, 10 made by the other. We already knew Eric did classic, and Rich did more jewel tones. So, all right. I'm gonna talk about my favorites from the show. There are only two really that were my favorite. Okay. So the first dress we ever looked at was the black taffeta thing. And I like it because it's classic and yet has a little spin. You know what I mean? So it's not so old, but you could wear it anywhere. That's what I like about it. It's kind of like a twist on your little black dress. So that's what I like. And then today, the last look, number 20. Oh my god. Okay, first of all, white dress. The top bodice is covered with crystals, diamonds, and then the bottom flares out and with a slit. And I usually don't do slit because my thing is you have to have the right kind of skin to do that, and you got to be willing to show off your leg like a lot. And I usually don't go for that, but the way they put it together, awesome. Okay, all right. Now getting on to some of the other minor details. Okay. First of all, yay, I like one thing they did. Eric didn't die at the end of the fashion show. So I kind of was watching it, it was weird. I was watching the fashion show, right? And then I was watching Eric to see if he was going to pass out or something. So I'm happy about that. Okay. Um, I like the fact that Lauren made Esther her plus one, Esther Valentine, because, well, it's nice to see somebody you don't normally see in Hollywood or whatever, from Genoa City. That's number one. Number two, she was Catherine Chancellor's long term housekeeper for a long time. I mean, we want to talk loyal. Yeah. So she deserved that dress. Number one. Number two, can we talk about Marie Osmond's character for a second? Okay. Now, if they were going for the epitome, the complete antithesis of what Marie Osmond is, they achieved it. Okay. Because you take a girl who grew up in one of the most famous musical entertainment families ever, besides the Jacksons, okay? And you take her and you make her like hmm, a nice witch. Um, who she has her nose up to everybody and thinks she can use her money and her clout to get around in life. And then Esther wins the dress or whatever because she put her order in first. Talk about karma. But I also think that Marie Osmond's character and role, I don't know, it seems to me to be like a one-off. So I don't see them inviting her back. So I like the fact that Esther has to come back. Kate Linder, for the fittings on the dress. I like that. Plus, this is not a side note because it was kind of going incongruent with the fashion show. But Charlie, the security guard, okay, the very first day he's like, I'm so unlucky in love. And then he meets Esther Valentine. And they just click. And I talked about this before. But then on the final day before they're going to leave, she kisses him and he kisses her back. So I hope they make this like a love story because Kate Linder could go back and forth, you know what I mean? Unless they're going to make, well, they made Esther the manager of the coffee shop, so they'd have to amend that a little bit. But I mean, it'd be cool for her to go back and forth sometimes. So I like that. Okay. And then the part everybody wants to know, we still don't know yet. Who won the fashion show because it was supposed to be a showdown between Ridge and Eric, and who bought whose fashions more, you know? And we still don't know because Carter was tabulating or tallying the numbers, and he hasn't said explicitly so and so won, but he did give a little hint, I believe, because Ridge, Torsten K, was on the phone talking to a magazine or something, and he was being very celebratory and a little too cocky, if you will. And Carter said, "You want to check that because," and but he didn't say you didn't win. But yeah, that was a little hint to me, but you know. So yeah, overall I like the fashion show. I mean, it's a nice change of pace, and it is a fashion house after all. So if it's a fashion house, it's supposed to have fashion shows a lot more than you would think they do. But I do understand it takes a lot to get into the production and everything of all that. So yeah, but it was very awesome. I liked it a lot. I mean, it kept me glued to the TV for 5 days. um, okay, guys.